In 2019, I attended 7 concerts and 3 meet and greets alone. I had planned to outdo myself in 2020. In January, I had already locked down tickets through radio contests for Post Malone, Justin Bieber, and Harry Styles.
Reagan, you are going to see Harry Styles, girl. You just won these tickets.
Finally, oh my God.
For a 16-year-old concertgoer like myself, most of my spare time is spent scheduling out the dates of concerts I plan to attend. The importance of me being in attendance in order to participate in the Screamfest is immeasurable, at least in my mind. However, those plans, along with pretty much the entire planet, were thrown out of the window with the introduction of COVID-19, a deadly virus causing a world pandemic unlike this generation has ever seen. COVID-19 hasn't just affected me as a concertgoer, which in the grand scheme of things seems minute, compared to the millions of people who have been diagnosed with coronavirus around the world. With the spread of COVID-19 and government restrictions, concerts and events around the world have been canceled and shut down. As many people may know, radio stations tend to hand over free tickets to thousands of listeners, but since the outbreak, many viewers may not listen to the radio for a specific contest or have all the time in the world. Sahil Bardai, a frequent ticket winner and a very close concert buddy, has shed some light on what really goes on in the listener's head during this time.
The only time I listen to radio is when I'm in car, and honestly, sometimes even in car, I use my aux, but sometimes I do listen to radio, but it's rare, like barely. Not as much as I used to do when they were giving out concert tickets.
But that may not always be the case with most people.
Yeah, I don't think my like radio listening patterns have changed. We've gotten to the darker portion of quarantine where it's just kind of been rough all around, you know what I mean? So, not well, but I feel like it would be like, really bratty of me to sit here and say like that's a legitimate problem when there are people like out there dying. So I'm fine. Like I'll be fine.
Jade Jones, who works for Atlanta Q99.7, gave me the rundown behind the scenes of the radio industry during this pandemic.
I'm heartbroken about a lot of things. I'm so heartbroken. I was definitely looking forward to Harry Styles' concert. You already know.
I was also looking forward to Harry Styles. It's kind of
yes.
months. Okay. How have you adjusted to keeping your audience engaged during the pandemic without the concert tickets to give away?
In the beginning, I think that we were unsure what would happen, especially with the giveaways and contesting being different. However, during this time, now that it's been some time, we've been at home. People have been adjusted to this for a few months now. The listening times have gotten longer because people have not been commuting as much. So it's not so much a thing as like I'm going to play it in the car as I'm going here, going there, like it usually is. Even for myself, more people are cooking, playing board games, hanging out at home, doing work, spending time on the patio, things like that. So some of the listening times have been longer. So it's actually been cool to see how things are adjusting just under these circumstances.
Is there any hope for concertgoers like me?
I think so. And I don't know if that is, I'm seeing even already in these past couple of weeks, I've seen how some artists have been really creative about how they're going to go about this.
Singer-songwriter Chip McGuire opened the doors to life after the road.
It has definitely affected me in a lot of ways, not even just like musically, just in general. A lot of things have had to shift and change, and we've had to be as adaptive as we can be. I mean, I've electively decided to try to back off of playing live shows. With the numbers changing, I feel like it's important for us to be vigilant and responsible. But
COVID-19 has affected millions of people all around the world. The concert industry went from making billions of dollars throughout the year to zero in a blink of an eye.
A 60-75% loss of revenue by not doing a full-fledged multi-million-dollar festival and other events as well.
I talked with Jay Carter, founder of Atlanta's MUSICFEST, about his industry overall effect.
As far as festivals and concerts or speaking events or political events or mixes, I mean, obviously all that is over and done for now. So we're moving all of our business, or majority of our business, online. It's really sharpening our skills in regards to how to actually produce better virtual events rather than having, by eliminating like real true human interaction.
I know what you may be thinking. Reagan, what are concert goers going to do if there aren't any concerts happening right now? Well, I spoke with Alexis Johnson, an event producer and a VOX alumni, along with all of the people you saw today, and they all said,
a drive-in series event that I'm doing.
So I saw the drive-ins. I think they work for the smaller acts, perhaps.
Like a drive-in concert where you have a staging area and people can pull up their cars.
A huge parking lot of people, and you can turn your radio station to a certain channel and you can hear what they're performing on stage. So that's pretty cool.
I personally feel like, because I have such a high expectation for how concerts should be, anything less than how concerts have been, to me, is not what I would entail is great.
At the end of the day, we all want to stay safe. And to answer the question, do concert goers have any hope for the future?
I think the hope is that we need to focus more on what our economy is doing. And because as long as the economy is able to start giving us more information about how we can move, that's how we can start readjusting for concert goers and for artists and for people in the events industry.